Hey, what's up world, and welcome to Wrestle Ones. I'm going to make this video as quick as I possibly can, under 10 minutes, so go ahead and clock me. But I know I haven't really uploaded in like, 6 months? Over 6 months? But I'm kind of trying to break that, give y'all a little bit more content. But I wanted to make a video about this because I just wanted to get my quick thoughts. So this past Monday was the first Raw of this year, as well as the first Raw on Netflix. And so we was trying to see how it was going to go, what they was going to have and everything else. This isn't my review on Raw, but it was the first time that I've watched an actual long episode of Raw in a long time. You know, and one of the things that stood out to me about it, that I know a lot of people had a lot of issue with, is the whole thing with The Rock. So I echo a lot of the sentiments, a lot of the thoughts that go along with other people. But here are my thoughts. When The Rock came out, it was confusing, just for the simple fact that when we last left off, The Rock and Cody had somewhat of a respect for each other, but still kind of like having tension, and this is storyline. So when The Rock came back, it was confusing for him to come out not as the final boss Rock, but as corporate Rock, as corporate Dwayne Johnson behind the scenes, who's literally giving praise to the CEO, the people at Netflix, the people at TKO, his partners and stuff, and then some of the wrestlers, which were in fact one of them being Cody Rhodes, a guy who not on last year disrespected him in like the worst way, beat him down, put blood on his weight belt, and told him that he was gonna hand it to Mama Rhodes with his blood on it. And then he comes out, not in kayfabe, but in real life, and give praise, make a joke, say hi to Mama Rhodes for me, and then you got Cody Rhodes over there cracking up and everything. And it's all fine and all, but that's not what it's for. You're on an episode of Raw. Raw is a TV show that has storylines. You're going to have little glimpses or just completely veil removed and shown real life. But when it comes down to it, it's a show. It has storylines to it. You're a part of the storyline. It's not like you're Stephanie McMahon, who hasn't been there for a minute and comes out and speaks in real life. It's like you're part of one of the bigger storylines that we're trying to figure out and trying to see how you fit into it now because of everything that went down. So after seeing everything that went down last year on the road to WrestleMania, and then after that, what you said to him, what you gave to him, why you said don't break my heart again, what did that actually mean? And then when you came back in October, he came out, threw up the 3, and then did the throat slash. It's like, are we going to get, what that, means? After watching this promo, I realized that we're not going to know what the 3 means. We're not going to know what the throat slash means. We're not going to know what breaking his heart was, what was that referencing, and we're not going to know what he gave him. It's certain things we're not going to know. Like last year, even with certain things that went on with the road to WrestleMania and that whole thing with the bloodline and Cody Rhodes and everything else, and finishing the story, it was certain things about that we didn't no, they just threw shit out the window. It was we knew the shit was on the fly. They had to change course because of the perception, but it was certain questions that we weren't going to get the answers to. And after a while, it was okay, cool, we're going to accept it. Whatever the fuck. Okay. But now, you set up something to where it's cryptic. You give us clues as to what it could possibly mean. We're dissecting it. But then you come out as corporate Rock and praise, not in kayfabe. And it's it doesn't make sense. It's confusing. why would you come out on that, whatever? Like, cut the promo, but also do it in kayfabe as well. You ain't gotta, like, tear down Cody Rhodes, but you can say that, like, Cody Rhodes, I'm gonna see you. Something like that. Remember what I said? Me and you gonna talk soon. It could have been something like that. Him coming out as corporate, behind the scenes, TKO partner. It kind of felt like if Robert Downey Jr. appeared in an Avengers movie as Robert Downey Jr. Not as Tony Stark, not as Iron Man, but as Robert Downey Jr. Like, we would be confused. Like, he's supposed to be Tony Stark. We're supposed to, like, suspend disbelief and be up in this movie and accept it. But no. We have RDJ in an Avengers movie playing, not really even playing, but being himself. And it doesn't make sense. So I'm not getting this. And it trails back to my whole thing of The Rock, which I'm not about to get into. I probably might do a separate video about it. But my whole thing with The Rock is that he wants to be accepted. And this just proves the fact that last year he did not want to be the final boss. Even though he did kill it, he didn't want to be the final boss. He wanted to be the Rock that everyone loves. But he was forced to become the final boss and play the role that he played. And this just shows that he wants the people, the fans, back on his side and seeing him as the good guy. He wants to be the superhero. He wants to be the guy that saves the day. He wants to be that guy. And I hope that, it doesn't carry on from here, him being this version of The Rock. That if he's going to come back as the final boss. You can come back with a little bit more respect for Cody, but at the same time, come back as the final boss. And it was just confusing just watching this. It was like, when he said Cody Rhodes, I'm like, oh shit. And then he gave him praise. Like, save that for the Hall of Fame. Save that for something outside of WWE. But when you're on TV and you're a character on a show where you're supposed to essentially keep up kayfabe, keep up kayfabe. We all know kayfabe is basically dead nowadays. But even still, like, when we're watching the show, we know that these characters don't exist unless they're doing a biopic. But if they're playing a fictional character, we know those characters don't exist. We're not expecting, like, Aldous Hodge to be Cross in his regular days. We're not expecting, like, Robert Downey Jr. to be Tony Stark in his regular days. We know that these are actors playing roles, but we tune into this particular show or movie to see these characters, be who they are on the adventure, on, like, doing, like, completing the story that they're supposed to be in. And this is just confusing. I don't know why they came out and did this like this. I don't know why The Rock came out and was just Dwayne Johnson. I don't know. Like, it was just confusing. I didn't understand it. So hopefully they can rectify it. But this was just a big blemish in Impact. And it goes along with my thoughts. Like I said, The Rock needs to be loved. He did not want to be the final boss. This is The Rock he wanted to be. And I think he's going to try to erase history and have people love him and all that stuff. But it's going to be weird now because, you got Roman Reigns, he's essentially a face right now. So, I don't know. Those are just my quick thoughts. Hope you guys like this. And if you did, go ahead, give it a like. Subscribe if you're not. Hit that notification bell for more videos like this. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. So, peace out. Stay safe. And, yeah, man. Raw's Netflix. I don't know how to end off the video. I gotta really start thinking about these.